Do you ever get negative feelings about your feelings? Because sometimes it seems like they come out of nowhere and they leave you feeling a little bit out of control. Well, watch this video because I'm going to tell you why that is and how to get back in the driver's seat of your feelings, but in a healthy way. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. That way you're notified every time I post a new video about leading yourself well so that you can lead others well. True confessions. I used to believe that my feelings were just obstacles that got in the way of my goals, that I had to push them down or push them aside so that I can stay focused on what really matters. Little did I know, though, that they were the fuel that helped bridge the gap between me and the people that I led, and the real path to helping me gain internal peace. Let's reframe some things about feelings. Think about feelings as an indicator of something else going on. I remember hearing the analogy that feelings were like the dashboard of our car, and that anytime that check engine light goes on or that low gas light goes on, it's just an indicator of something else going on under the surface. And that's exactly what our feelings are. They're simply indicators letting us know that something else is going on underneath the surface. And just like with our cars, if we pay attention to it and we notice it and we give it attention right away, then usually the problem isn't as bad. But if we keep ignoring it or keep pushing it away, keep avoiding it, then we know that our car is eventually going to break down. And just like our cars, if we take notice of it and we pay attention to it right when the light comes on, then we're probably going to need to make minor adjustments. But if we keep letting it go and we keep ignoring it and we keep putting it off, then we're going to have some major problems later on. Feelings can be put aside for the short term. I am not saying cancel the appointment or call in sick to work anytime you have a negative feeling. But what I am encouraging you to do is to make sure you set aside time to circle back around with yourself, to check back in and see what was going on underneath the surface. Because here's what I can tell you. All of us are dealing with feelings. None of us are exempt from them as humans. Some of us are dealing with them consciously, and some of us are dealing with them unconsciously. Sometimes we try to numb out or we try to avoid processing those feelings. We do things like overeating, overworking, trying to stay busy, over drinking. Or you can actually look at them straight on. You can get vulnerable and you can get honest so you can actually process through them. Don't fall into the pitfall of trying to go around our feelings instead of going through them. You can't process your feelings logically. You have to literally process them through. You are a human, not a robot. So you actually have things in your eyes called tear ducts, and they are used for crying. I recommend you use them. Think about processing your feelings like a wound that has dirt in it. The first thing that you need to do before the wound can heal properly is to get the dirt out. And the way that we get the dirt out is by actually feeling our feelings in our body. Now, doing that in a healthy way looks different for everyone. That may look like exercise. That might look like watching a sad movie or listening to sad music. It might look like journaling or talking to a trusted friend or a therapist or a coach. Whatever it is for you, I want you to find something that's healthy that helps you to get those feelings out. What is the best way that helps you process your feelings? Let us know in the comments. Let's be honest, it's a lot easier to avoid and to numb out to our feelings rather than looking at them directly because it's difficult. Looking at our feelings and what's underneath the surface, what caused them, can be painful, hurtful, sad, embarrassing, humiliating, and who wants to look at that? But that is what sets you watching this video apart. That's what makes you a leader. Be brave and responsible enough to do this work. When we don't, this is actually what causes us to feel like we're out of control of our feelings. Because when we push them aside and we shove them down and we just keep going, they're building up. Over time, they're building up and building up. And you better believe that that amount of buildup is going to start to come out somewhere. I've heard the analogy that it's like a big beach ball. When we shove a big beach ball under the water, it's gonna come up, but we don't always have control over how or when or where it's gonna come out. And the opposite happens when we do lean into this work. First of all, it's kind of like when we clean our house. If we let our house get really messy, it's gonna take a lot of work on the front end to clean it all up. But if we continue to maintain the cleanliness of our house, it really doesn't take as much. As you start to process your feelings, you are gonna notice how strong you are and how emotionally resilient you are. You are going to notice that you can feel hard things, you can experience hard things, and still choose to not act out of them. Along with that, you are gonna see improvement in what I call the people factor. Your leadership will skyrocket because you're able to connect with the people that you lead on a deeper, more meaningful, more empathetic way. Listen, if you know you're ready to grow this emotional intelligence muscle, then download my challenge. It's the Change the Relationship with Yourself challenge, and I take you through additional ways that help you develop this skill. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like it.